Now, let me tell you guys a story. Ever since BYD was launched here in Malaysia, right, I've always wanted to film one, but somehow I just couldn't get the chance to film it until one fine day I was invited by Smart to test out the Smart #1 EV car on track. And what they do is basically they put few of us inside one car, and just so happened, the person next to me was from BYD. And that is why today you join me here at BYD City Alam to check out the brand new BYD Seal. Now, just before we talk about the car itself, first let's talk about the brand itself because it's amazing. So BYD, or Build Your Dreams, is a China car brand which literally dominated the entire EV market globally. Fun fact, back in 2023, fourth quarter, they managed to sell over 526,000 units, which surpassed the amount of Tesla sold in that quarter as well, which is around 484 if not mistaken. And that is a huge deal because we all know that Teslas are the pioneer for EVs, and for BYD to actually surpass them is definitely shocking. And that gets me thinking, how good is actually a BYD? Let's find out. So this right here is the BYD Seal. Now, currently in the BYD lineup, right, there are three different models to choose from. You have the Atto 3, that is an SUV. You have the Dolphin, which is a hatchback, and you have this right here, the BYD Seal, that is a mid-size sedan. Now, in terms of variant, right, it's very simple because there are only two variants to choose from, and it just so happened conveniently, I have both side by side right here. So the one in black is basically the premium, whereas this one right here is the performance. Now, the difference between the two, right, is that one right there, the premium, uses a single motor that powers the rear wheels that gets you 310 horsepower and 360 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 gets you in 5.8 seconds, and this car has around a range of 600 kilometers of range, and the price of this car will cost you around 180,000. Now, if you feel that is not enough, right, you can opt to pay 20,000 extra for this right here. So the performance variant costs 200,000, and what you get is basically extra motors which powers the front wheels, bumping the horsepower up to 520 horsepower and 670 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 is cut down to just 3.9 seconds, which is crazy. Just to give you some perspective, right? Currently, the most powerful BMW ever made, which is the BMW XM label red, right? That car also takes from 0 to 100 in just 3.8 seconds, exactly the same as this. But bear in mind that car costs over 1.6 million ringgit, and this car only costs 200,000. So technically, with that price, you can buy not one, not two, but 8 BYD Seals. Okay, now let's talk about the design itself. So from the front, right, I can't help but to think that this reminds me of the Porsche Taycan, especially of how the way the headlights are designed. But don't get me wrong, it still looks very, very good. Okay, so from the front, you can see, right, you got this piece right here. The Porsche Taycan has a vent, whereas this one is actually not a vent. This one is a daytime running light. So if you unlock the car, right, I mean, just grab the keys. So this is the key for the BYD Seal. You have to press unlock. You can see it comes to life. Okay, yeah, looks really, really cool, right? Now, one thing interesting, right, you have this design right here. You got these stripes that lights up. So this is to resemble the ripples of the water, because don't forget, this car is called the Seal because it's based on the ocean theme series. So you have all these water and ocean elements around the car, which I'll show you guys later. Okay, so from the front, it actually looks quite nice. You have the BYD lettering right there. You got this very strong crease line that cuts across towards the front. Yeah, from the front, it actually looks very aggressive. Now, as you hit towards the side, right, you get this very futuristic 19-inch rims. Okay, now this one, if you've seen the Atto 3, it looks very similar, but it's actually different. Yeah, for me, I feel it actually looks very good because there are no other cars out there that have designed like this, so it's very unique. Okay, and then towards the side right here, you got this BYD design. Yes, this is plastic, so it is not functional. It's only for aesthetic purposes. As you hit towards the side, the bottom here also, you have these lines like a van. Okay, just for extra styling. And one thing I noticed, right, this car, right, if you look anywhere, right, there's no plastic cladding. Everything is finished in gloss black. Like you can see, the trim, window trims around, everything is finished in gloss black. The bottom is all finished in gloss black as well, which makes the car a touch more premium. And the side profile for this car, right, it looks very, very aggressive. The way you have this sloping roofline that cuts down all the way. So the rear overhang is actually very short, whereas the front is very long. So this car also, the proportion, right, the weight distribution also is just nice. Okay, so the driving should be quite nice on this car. And then at the back here, you got this design as well, the gloss black piece. Okay, so this is the charging. Obviously, this car is an EV. Oh wait, let me just unlock the car first. Just to show you press this, it pops up. Really, really cool. It shows you BYD. Now, I actually like this door handle more than a Tesla because the Tesla sometimes is kind of flimsy. You have to pull one side, whereas this one, you can just pop it open like that, Very simple. Okay, so if I press this, now this car, right, has a 7 kilowatt hour AC charging, which is not that good because it takes you around 20 plus hours to charge to full, okay? But you get a 150 kilowatt hour DC charging that gets you from 0 to 80 in just 30 minutes or 40 minutes, which is not too bad, okay? So yep, let's close this back up. Now as you head towards the back, right? Now the back design also looks very unique. It's kind of tight here, but let me just squeeze through. So you got this clear tail light design that runs across the entire width of the side. And I like how this part here, right, inside you can see we have this chrome piece which looks very, very premium. All right, so if I unlock the car, and just grab the keys one more time, press unlock. If you take an up close look, right, you can see inside you actually have this matrix dot lights. You can see a lot of tiny dots. Yeah, it's the attention to details that actually matters a lot. This car at night, right, it looks exceptionally nice, especially, wait, let me just unlock one more time. You got the light bar that runs across the entire width. Yeah, it just looks very, very good. So this one is to resemble the water droplets as well. Okay, then the side here, you got vents here. Obviously, this is fake. And you got this very, very aggressive diffuser with all the vertical slats around the sides. Yeah, really cool. So if the press this button right here, it pops open the boot, and this reveals the boot space. Now, it's actually not too bad because it extends all the way towards inside. It's actually very far in, so you can put stuff inside. But if tall stuff, then this car, not so much. But if you want long stuff, you can actually put all the way inside. Yeah, then you got all the goodies right here, the charger and stuff inside. You can put more things inside. Okay, so let's close this back up. Press this button. Obviously, you have powered tailgate. Close it down. And for the performance variant, right, what you get is you get this extra 3.8 second, reminding you that this car gets you from 0 to 100 in just 3.8 second. So that's the only difference on the exterior for the performance and premium. You get this badge right here, and you get child lock as well, whereas the premium doesn't have it. Okay, so it's very subtle differences. From outside, you really couldn't tell other than the badge right there. Now let's check out the interior. Just press this button, the door handle pops open, which is always nice. Open it up, and ta-da! So this car, right, in Malaysia, you only get black color because it's very safe spec. You don't get other colors in other markets, but still it looks very good. You got the BYD embossed on the headrest, and these are all fully leather, yeah. It feels very nice to the touch. You got a white color piping, you got a diamond quilt stitching around. This car also hugs you very well. Yeah, it's very premium, the interior inside. All right, but just before we head inside, right, let me just show you the back first. Open it up. Now, in terms of the back seats, right, it's actually very spacious as well. The being EV, right, you have a flat floor, which basically allows you to sit very comfortably behind without having the central tunnel in normal combustion engine cars. Even the design from the back, it looks very cool. You see, you have this hole right here. This one is finished in gloss black. At the back, the seats, you also still have the same elements, the diamond quilt stitching. Yeah, I got a BYD embossed on it. But one thing I don't like about the back seats, right, is you can see the isofix is basically showing, is telling you that, yeah, to put something there. You see, it's better if they actually covered it up, but they didn't. Yeah, if not, it'd be a touch more premium. But the interior is actually quite spacious at the back. I've already sat inside. And another cool thing is, if you look on top, you get this panoramic sunroof which runs across all the way towards the front. It gives you a very airy feel. And if you sit behind, it actually feels very premium and very modern because you can see up on top. Okay, and if you feel that it's going to be very sunny, right, don't worry because this is tinted, so it's not too bad. Okay, so now let's check out the front. Let's just take a seat inside. Okay, now this is actually my first time being inside the BYD. Yeah. Okay, so just foot on the brake, press the start because it's kind of hot today. Okay, okay, now the car is on. The aircon is blowing. All right. One thing I love about the BYD rather than the Tesla, right, is they kept the important things, the important function here. You can see. So basically, the aircon you can control from here. Everything is controllable from here, and you get this very nice gear selector. So this one is also inspired by the water droplet. You can see you got this crystal design, and it looks absolutely beautiful. You got two cup holders here, and this one you got the NFC. So basically, right, you can also use the card instead of a key. You just tap at the side mirror to unlock it, or you can just put it right here to start the car itself. Yeah, you can see it's so wavy, the design. So this one, right, like I said, continuing on the ocean theme design, right. So you can see the design is actually very curvy. Even the steering wheel design is so curvy. You You can see the seats are all very curvy. So this is inspired by ocean waves itself, which is very cool. All right. So here you got the screen. Yeah, it shows you all the useful information right here. It's very clear. Okay. And then you got the screen right here. So obviously the cool party trick of BYDs is basically this. You press this, it basically swings from landscape to portrait. Yeah, that's a very cool feature. Yeah, the steering wheel itself is actually not too bad. The design is very different. Okay, all I can say is very different, very unique. So you got all your usual controls right here. Okay, so you got two extra wireless charging as well, Qi charging. You can put two phones here to charge your stuff. If you press this, you open this up. Yep, you got some space right here. Inside is nicely rubberized as well, nicely padded. Yeah, not too bad inside here. Okay, the design around the dashboard also looks very unique, very premium, and I like how they actually have this like soft Alcantara or like this fur style design around the sides, around the door cut as well. Yeah, which looks very nice. Okay, remember I said this is my first time inside a BYD, so it took me some time to actually study the screen itself. So if you press this, you got ADAS, it's actually very responsive. So you got all the features right here, you got intelligent driving, cruise control, you got the driving assist, you got active safety, pre-collision warning, you got the parking assistance. It's actually very well equipped. Like right here, so this is for your EV, you can see energy manager to show you all the charts, everything charging related. Okay, the consumption graph. You go to vehicle settings, it shows you the steering mode, whether you want comfort or sport. You want the brake, whether you want comfort or sport as well, regenerative braking. Okay, then you press on lights, you got ambient lighting as well, you can choose the lights you want. Okay, you got a lot of colors, it gives you the flexibility to play around with the colors, especially at night. You got head-up display right here, I'm not sure you can see it, but it's just right there. Yeah, it's too bright, you can't really see it. So the head-up display, you can adjust the height and everything. Exterior mirrors, autofold, you got greeting when you start the car, you got AC, your seats. So the seats are actually ventilated. Okay, it's also heated as well if you want to, which is nice. You got a door and window, notification. Yeah, there are a lot of things. Vehicle health as well. You can see the overall maintenance of the car. Make sure it's in good condition. All right, overhaul, vehicle information. Yeah, not too bad, huh? Yeah. As for the screen right here, there are a few things you can configure. So if you press this button right here, it pops up this, whether you want to show this display or you want a normal simple display. And then if you go to right side, you can see your temperature, whether you want the AC temperature, you can adjust from here, the fan speed, right, the car condition, timer, and your information. All right, so you have all this data right here. It's actually very self-explanatory. Like you can see everything is shown in this one single screen, which is not too bad. All right, yeah, for me, I'm actually quite satisfied with the interior. Very, very nice. And yeah, that's about it guys, my review of the BYD Seal itself. So a huge shout out to BYD Setia Alam and for the person in charge for giving me the opportunity to film this car itself. Now if you guys are interested to purchase a BYD, do head over to the Setia Alam branch because the facility, the way they actually treat their customers, the cars are also beautifully presented inside. It's all about the ambience, the vibe. Yeah, it feels very nice here. Alright, so on that note, if you guys enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with friends, and I shall catch you guys next time. Ciao.